This is Lisa Kent, and I'm judging item number 4 for the TKGA Knitting Judge Certification Program. This is a shawl. It looks like it's reversible. It's done in garter stitch with a little bit of a lacy border here, and gathered with nice little double-sided pocket to slip through the two sides and keep the shawl together. Very nice feature there for that. I like that. So let's get started. Overall appearance, let's look at both sides here. It looks like there's a little bit of a slub in the yarn right there. Probably just a little thick spot when they were knitting along. It looks very nice overall appearance. I do like the little bit of a lace and points on the bottom edge of the shawl, and then the nice little triangular ends here to look nice when you fasten it together in the front. Overall appearance, I would give that a 10. It looks very nice, very attractive. Clean, neat, and no pills. Let's see. It's looking clean and neat to me. I'm not seeing any pills on here. Everything looks nicely maintained, and no problems with that, with clean, neat, and no pills. So I would give that a 10. Suitability of yarn. I think the yarn is very suitable. It's the thickness of the yarn and the size of the needles has produced a very drapey fabric that is nice for a shawl that will just lay nicely around your shoulders and upper body. The colors are very pleasing on the yarn. It feels like it's some kind of wool, so it's going to be nice and warm for wearing as a shawl and keeping the chill out. So suitability of yarn, I would give 10. Construction, it looks like it's knit in one piece from one point to the other, and there's probably an extra carrying two yarns across, or maybe knitting one side at a time here. So that's a really nice feature. As a matter of fact, you can tell this yarn was carried up here because the color continues on, and then this one was added there, which is fine. That looks fine that way. Again here, you can see which side the yarn was added. So the edges are very neat. It looks like the second yarn was added very cleanly, nicely constructed. With the edges knitted right along with the rest of the body. There's no extra seaming or construction there, so no seaming on this one, so not any issues there. I would have to give this a 10 for construction. Next is even stitches, and it looks like maybe there's a little bit of a loose stitch there. It looks a little bigger as far as a little gap there between the garter stitch ridges. Nothing too serious. The overall evenness of stitches looks very nice. The lacy part looks quite consistent here as I look all the way up the edge here. The holes are looking very consistent, so I would give even stitches a 10. Color harmony, this is self-striping yarn, and it's very pleasing. The color, the dyed yarn is very nice for a very pleasing effect as far as the color changes and how all the colors work together. It's very beautiful. So I would give color harmony a 10. Finishing and blocking, I did notice there's a little short tail hanging out here, which if you make sure and wear that to the inside, it's not a problem, but it would be better to tuck that tail in just to make sure it doesn't show if you do wear it the other way, since it is reversible. But I do see that the yarn was woven in right there, so if you're careful to wear that to the inside, that's not too big of a problem. As far as finishing and blocking, it looks like the points and the lacy part here are pretty consistently sized. Looks like everything looks good for finishing and blocking. I might take 1 point off just for that little tail that's hanging out here, so 9 out of 10 for finishing and blocking. Ends secured and hidden. Actually, this end would probably be better categorized under ends secured and hidden. I had briefly forgotten that was next on the list, so let's go back to finishing blocking and go ahead and give that a 10, and then the ends securely hidden, we'll give that a 9 as far as points for that, since that one little tail is hanging out there. So we'll give a 9 for ends secured and hidden. And then next is symmetric and equal. Let's look at the 2 points here and see how close they are in size. It looks like the one end is a little fatter and shorter than the other end here. I'll place it on the table like this. You can see this is going to be a little bigger on this side, and here it is a little shorter on that side. Looking at it from this way, yeah, it's easier to see it from the other way. So if we line up this neck section here and show that, then you can see that this is quite a bit different here. Maybe there was a little bit of a gauge change from start to finish. So that is quite a bit different as far as symmetry. So that is a little bit of cause for concern there. Let's look at the rest of the symmetry of these points down here and line them up here. I'll get this situated here. Okay, it looks like I've got the points lined up here. There's the center, and then as we look across here, the width top to bottom looks pretty consistent all the way across. That's good. And then this right here, it looks a little bit longer on the bottom side edge here, and this is a little bit shorter here, which matches how this piece was shorter here. So it looks like maybe a tighter gauge on this end of the shawl than the underneath side end. So for symmetry and equal, I would take off 2 points for that, for this issue and that issue, so 8 out of 10 for symmetric and equal. Design complexity, it's not overly complex, but yet it does have this nice feature of adding a second yarn to have this little pocket here to tuck this inside. And then it does have this nice additional complexity of the lace here in addition to the garter stitch. So not super complex, but still has some nice features in it and some nice shaping with the ends here and the pointed side. So I would go ahead and give 9 out of 10 for design complexity. Bonus original design, no indication that it's original design, so no bonus points.